Hey, YouTube family. How you doing? Surprise, surprise. This is Rhonda with Rhonda Loves Life. Thanks for joining me. All right, guys, I was scheduled to jump on live tomorrow, but I had some extra time today. And you know what, guys? And there's some hot topics I wanted to get into. So I thought I will jump right in. Okay. Hope you like my background. I got the virtual background. So I am actually using pictures from my various trips. So this is the Moulin Rouge. This is at the top of the building, but you can't see the spinning wheel at the top because of all of the measurements on the picture and all. But I'm trying, guys. I'm really trying. But we got a lot to talk about tonight. So first, we're going to discuss Beyonce's ticket sales, and how much it costs to see her new Cowboy Carter tour. All right. Are you going? Oh, you can really see my hair, the color. Can you guys see it? It's growing out. I tried all kind of new things with my hair, and I'm like, I'm just going to let it be. But with the lights, you can really see it's darker here and then it's lighter there. Funny. Okay. Anyways, guys, we're going to talk about Beyonce's concert tickets, her Cowboy Carter tour. Actually, I've got she'll be at Soldier Fields in Chicago, and I got that up so we can check out her ticket prices. And side note, I hope she can retire on top. Didn't she just do her tour? So we're going to talk about Beyonce. Guys, Meghan Markle, honey, did you guys see her crying on some random friend's podcast? We got to get into that because Prince William and Princess Katherine just celebrated 14 years of marriage. And when I look at their pictures, let me tell you, and I'm an old broad. You cannot, if I can spot phony anywhere. And when I look at Katherine and William, these two people, they look like they are really enjoying each other's time together. I mean, they look like they're pretty much equally yoked, and they look relatively happy. As you know, life be life, and y'all. Katherine is she's in remission from the cancer, but you know how that goes. It's literally one day at a time. So these two, and then his father is suffering from cancer. So I want you guys to look at their picture and then look at Meghan Markle, and apparently Prince Harry handed her a note and she burst into tears. The reaction that we have with Meghan Markle with Harry and Meghan compared to our reaction to Prince William and Princess Catherine, totally different. Totally different. And it comes from in here. It's the spirit that we connect to. So I'm going to get into that. Also, I had to take notes, guys, because let's just say I got a lot going on and I have a senior brain. So in order to keep this video crisp and moving logically and more efficiently and more interesting, I have to stay focused on what I'm talking about. All right. We're going to talk about also Terrence Howard, the actor. He was on Pat Bet David a couple of weeks ago, and he made the claim that Puff Daddy was trying to, come on to him. Well, he was on Bill Maher podcast, and according to Terrence Howard, Quincy Jones said that Marvin Gaye was gay, which I did hear in Quincy Jones' biography or something. I wonder about Quincy Jones himself, we can get into that. But Terrence Howard, I want to talk honestly about Terrence Howard. I think he's an exceptional actor. He is a homophobe. Let's keep it real. He is, because he says he will not kiss men. He'll cut his lips off. We're going to get into that. And then if we got time, we want to touch on the NFL. Shannon Sharp messing around with that young girl. And also, what's the Belichick and that young girl that he's with too. We can talk about that. And then TD Jake stepping down. What is going on with these mega pastors? How are these churches? I'm going to be honest with you guys. Listen, for me, God is everywhere. God is everywhere. But for me, my God is out here. I don't give money to any churches. I'm sorry. I'm not religious. I am spiritual. I think God is everywhere. God's hands is everywhere. But these mega pastors and stuff, to me, that's not God. And there are some funky things going around with TD Jakes. So let's get into it. So let's first talk about Terrence Howard. Let's put him up. What do you guys think of Terrence Howard? What do you think? Oh, one more thing. I want to get into the Democratic Party and that the VP of the Democratic Party, what is his name? David Hogue. This young man, I like him. I like him coming out and speaking out. And apparently he wants to primary those ineffective Democrats. And then now you've got old school Democrats coming out and talking. It's like a civil war in there between the young and the old. So we're going to get into that and how AOC, she was not, she wanted to head the oversight committee, and then Nancy Pelosi blocked that and supported and actually endorsed some old ass man who's dying of cancer. So we got to get into that as well. So why don't we talk about Terrence Howard first? Terrence Howard, did you guys see him on Pat Bet David and on Bill Maher? Have you guys seen him? Let's put him up. Let's put Mr. Terrence Howard up, y'all, so you can see him. And I want to point something out to you guys right quick, too. I always go like this because my bifocals, the reading part is down here. So I'm always like, so, bear with me. Bear with me. So, all right. So I'm going to share my screen right quick here. And we're going to get into it. Mr. Terrence Howard, exceptional actor. We got to give it to him. He's a good actor now, an excellent actor, but I got to shoot straight, guys. Terrence Howard is nuts. I'm sorry. He is nuts. When I saw him on Joe Rogan with the physicist or something, he's an academic. And him and his brother, Bert Weinstein, and the other one, they were on Joe Rogan. And then Terrence Howard had his patents and then had saying 1 × 1 is 2. I mean, it was just all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh, no, Terrence. And I was cringing for him. But I guess he's so out of touch. He's an exceptional actor. Okay, we got to give him that. But I'm going to be honest with you because I don't believe in lying. And I want to do it with a dose of compassion. I just think he's crazy. I don't care about the patents, but when he was on Bill Maher, he said that he was at Quincy Jones' house and was told that Marvin Gaye was gay. So Terrence Howard was like, he never wants to play. He will not play a gay man. He's not going to put his lips on a gay man. On another man, and he'd rather have his lips cut off. So if we can read what his actual quote, he says he turned down Marvin Gaye biopic because of the singer's sexuality. I will cut my lips off, and he did say that because I watched it. Now, I enjoy him as an actor. I find him an incredible actor, but I think that he is, for me, he's a little on the crazy side. I'm just saying with a dose of compassion. The patents, I don't understand this whole patent deal. I think what when he was on Joe Rogan and what Eric Weinstein guy, I think it's their name. I'm terrible with names. One of the academics, he was on there and he told Terrence Howard, it's just that you don't know what you don't know. So when it comes to the area of sciences and Terrence was really getting into it, and he's got some really good, he can, kind of regurgitate some of the knowledge, but as far as putting it all together with people that have been studying it for decades, and that actually studied in the field. So he refused to do that. And then he also said that Ed Asner told him He said, what's the best way to get successful in Hollywood? And according to Terrence, Ed Asner told him, on your knees. So, and he doesn't think he meant literally. He just meant, I'm like, no, that is how it is in Hollywood. That is very much how it is. When you look at these celebrities, okay, when you look at these celebrities, those that have made it, like Will Smith, you heard the rumors with Will Smith. Now, the old guards, I'm not sure. Like, I don't think Glenn Close, Sigourney Weaver, she did Alien, Meryl Streep, who else? Robert De Niro. I don't see Robert De Niro getting on his knees for nobody. Who are some of Denzel Washington, Samuel L. Jackson? These are old guards. These are people, but they are also incredibly talented. But I guess in Hollywood, there are so many talented people. You have to make yourself, you have to do extra. So we know how, you got people like Meghan Markle still in her 40s, married a princess, still desperately trying to do what she can to make it in Hollywood, which is all nothing but smokes and mirrors. So anyways, I digress. Terrence Howard will not do any gay movies because he's a homophobe too. Okay. So I wondered why Terrence Howard, why his career never really, he's always been known as an incredible actor, but he was never able to catapult into Will Smith and Denzel Washington and those like Jamie Foxx and what's the little one, Kevin Hart. Now, I think they did a lot of work, if you know what I mean. I'm just saying. I don't know for sure, but I have a stinking suspicion that they did a lot. Because you ever wonder why is it that like The Rock, why is he getting all these movie roles? Why they kept putting him in it? And then remember they kept trying to put Kevin Hart and The Rock together. And then you start seeing Kevin Hart everywhere. And then I heard Joe Rogan say, oh, Kevin Hart is the hardest working person, but Kevin Hart's not funny at all. But why would they get that little bitty guy all these roles? Why? Tiffany Haddish, the same thing. Things that make you go, Things that make you go, And that's one of those. That you see those that make it through, all of a sudden they're starring in movies and they're getting role after role after role after role. And you don't understand because you're scratching your head like, I think someone much more talented could have been sitting in that role. Now, the reason is that they've been doing a lot of knee action, if you know what I mean. Their knees they probably have to run through knee pads and everything else. It gets nasty, so I'm not going to get into it. All right. So Terrence Howard, I'm fascinated by Marvin Gaye's story, but I heard Marvin Gaye's father would sit around in a dress. So that's a whole different story. So anyways, guys, you let me know what you think in the comments. Okay. Let me know. All right. So let's move on to Beyonce's tour. Okay. So I'm not paying money like that. I like Beyonce. Don't get me wrong. I think Beyonce is wonderful. I do. I think Beyonce is a super talent. Yes, I do. Of course she is. But I will not be paying for these ticket prices. And side note, didn't she just come off of a tour just barely 2 years ago? You know what I mean? Did she not just come off a tour 2 years ago? I think it was less than 2 years ago. So I'm not understanding this, but I'm not in Hollywood either. So Beyonce, she's got tickets like at the Chicago stadium. She's got tickets selling. If you want to get really up close and personal, you're going to come out of about $1,100. These tickets right here, it's $1,100 to be right in front of the stage. This is at the Bears Stadium, or what they call it, this is at Soldier Field, downtown Chicago. So you get $1,100 here. This is $2,200 and then $400. This is per person, y'all. $275. So say you want some balcony seats. $266, $345. Okay, back here is in the nosebleeds. What is that? $67. I'm sorry, Beyonce. I love Beyonce. I'm happy to see that she is, making her music, making money. I'm glad for her. But I just can't do it, child. I'm not doing that one. I will not be paying money. No, I'm not paying that kind of money to see Beyonce. Just not doing it. I would watch it on cable, but and then I wonder why don't Beyonce, I would love to see her retire on top. You guys know what I'm saying? I would love to see Beyonce retire on top. I would. I would love to see her, like her Renaissance tour. It would have been nice to see Beyonce just say she's retiring right after that Renaissance tour. Just say, hey, I'm retiring, and then really live her life in private, because don't this get, I don't know. I'm not not touring all the time. I mean, she barely got a chance to relax. I hear she brought her daughters on stage, which I think is always nice. Meghan Markle does that. Now she's bringing out the kids. She's got to soften herself. And Beyonce, I'm glad. I like Beyonce. I love her mom. Tina Bear, her mom, Tina is Mama Bear. Tina, you couldn't get near Beyonce. Well, Jay-Z did. That's a whole different story. He did, because he got with her when she was, pretty young. I think she was 17. He was in his 30s. Just saying. So, but Beyonce, these celebrities, I think they're addicted to the fame and stuff. And then I'm wondering, is she can't be running out of money. So I'm like, why not just do it on your own terms? Just retire. I mean, do you guys think Beyonce has reached her peak? I think she has. I think she can't go any higher. And I think now would be a good time for Beyonce to just say, thank you guys, bye, goodbye. And just fade to black and just live her life as she can do anything she wants. Paint, she want to get into painting or learn to play a musical instrument or go into anything, writing songs. You know what? There is so much you can get into that. But what can you do? This is all she knows, but it can't last forever, right? It cannot last forever. That's just not how life works. Oh, excuse me. I am drinking this LaCroix. No, I'm not getting paid to advertise anything. It's just good. This is the Black Raspberry Natural Essence. So when I want something sweet, but no sugar, I just grab this, and it is really good. So Beyonce, I would hope, I don't know how many of these tours, and then who's paying for these? Who's buying these tickets? And I hear the song selection, it's from Cowboy Carter. It's not even really her hits, her biggest hits. I saw Perez Hilton, and he was saying that he was so disappointed. He loves Beyonce. And I watched another, I can't remember which content creator it was, and it was a couple of people that said, her song, she did Renaissance, and if she was, and if she was playing songs from that, and then her country album, and I don't know what Beyonce's goal is, because I think she's peaked. It's okay, Beyonce, to just let go on top. And I wonder, why is that? How come celebrities can't just retire on top? Do you know of any celebrities that can retire on top? I don't know. I'm trying to think. Michael Jackson didn't. Who else? Who can we think of that retired on top? I think Barbra Streisand did, but she's nowhere near Beyonce level. They usually die out, right? Prince. You look at some of the rockers, Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison. I don't know. Very interesting. But I do wonder, where will Beyonce be? Where will this story end? And then her husband, Jay-Z. They're coming after him, D. So we'll see. Hey, Brooklyn, how you doing? Happy Tuesday. Thanks for joining us. I decided to pop on today. I had some extra time and I'm like, let me get on, let me get going. In my background for my virtual background, I've got one of my pictures when I was in Paris this last time. So that was right in front of Moulin Rouge. So I figured I can mix it up a little bit here. So Beyonce, do you guys think it's a good idea for Beyonce to eventually retire? I would love to see her retire on top. I mean, because I don't know. I think she's peaked. I really do. This is not to. This is done with compassion. I would love to see her hang up her hat, because this whole thing of performing in front of everybody and all these concerts and all that stuff, it's made her rich. So now she got the freedom to say, hey, stop it, and then just go and really live a life that she really wants to live. Because I don't find the life in the public eye like them, I don't think is as fulfilling as they want to let us on to believe that it is. I just don't. I don't believe so. All right, so that's Beyonce. Now we got to get into, guys, we got to get into Meghan Markle and Princess Katherine. Now, let's pull this up. As you know, Prince William and Kate. Well, hold on. Let me look at the comments too, right quick too. So before we look at this couple, Brooklyn says, okay, let's see, Brooklyn. I agree. Beyonce should retire, enjoy her life. Yeah, that's a pretty thumbnail, Brooklyn. That's really pretty. Yeah, I agree too, Brooklyn. I think she should. I would rather that she do that. I'd rather that she, retire on top. Life, she's richer than she's got more money than God now. Retire on top, and she can, she's got the freedom to do whatever she wants. She doesn't have to worry about, like people coming like us, like especially when you're self-employed, like, oh my God, how is AI going to affect my business? Oh my God, how many more clients do I need to book? Oh God, how do I maybe pivot? And can I offer these services? I mean, it had lots of stuff on our minds. That's because I'll be working till I take my last breath, and that's fine. I don't have any issue with it. But Beyonce got the freedom to do that. So I wish she would consider that. Now, here's a story I like, and then we're going to talk about it. Now, look at Princess Katherine, Prince William, and their children. Now, they recently celebrated their, I think it's 14th wedding anniversary. So let me pull that up right quick. Bear with me. These two, and I think this is so beautiful. These two, I like them a lot as a couple. Oh, I think I should have. Hold on one second. Here, I'll share it with you. And let me scroll up here so you can see it. There we go. So let's see. Right here. Okay. So here's Hello Magazine. The Prince and Princess of Wales share new love up photos to mark wedding anniversary. So they were in the Scottish Isles, it looks like. And let's look at some of their pictures. I thought this was just mature love, right? Now, it's her cancer and her having little kids and all that. And then imagine what's weighed on Prince William's mind, because his father's got cancer. His wife is it's right now in remission. His brother's gone rogue. He's William's got a lot on his mind, right? And when you look at these two, it's like they got, this is mature love. This is mature. This is what you call maturity. And Katherine looks settled. She is at peace, y'all, because life is not perfect. You know that. Those of us, life be lifing, but she's making the best. I mean, she's got her husband and her children. So she seems to be set in her life. Now look at this. That's cute. That's adorable, right? I just like these two. I do. I like them. Now, this is a beautiful picture of them together. That they look younger though. So I'm looking at these pictures, right? Okay, I'm looking at these pictures of them. Gorgeous. settled. And then look, then I go and let me pull this. This is wrong. You know what? Just look at these two, okay? And then let me show you something. Then I look at, you see the response you get looking at Katherine and William. And then, boom, let me show you. Then you look at this. Then Meghan Markle pops out with her crazy, she's crying on camera. Okay, there she is, y'all. Now, let's see. Let's see what she got to say.
Great. This is why it's so nice to not have makeup on. Thank you. We spend so much of our life trying to prove something. To prove that you're enough. You have to prove that you're pretty enough. You have to prove that you're smart enough. You prove that you're a good wife or a good friend. And I was like, I am just so done with the prove it game. And if you can't see it, I don't need to prove to you why that's your loss. Because I know that I'm a great friend. And I know the kind of mom I am. And I know the kind of human being I am. And I know how I show up. And I love being able to be that person with the people that I love. So, worthiness, maybe part of worthiness comes when you stop having to feel like you're in the prove it game.
Hallelujah. I am getting emotional right now. Getting out of the prove it game, feels like joy, tastes like freedom. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, in her first ever podcast interview.
It's happening.
Okay. Okay. Now, all right, Miss Meghan. All right, Meghan. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, yes. Hold on. Let me look at your... Brooklyn says, I just got my mammogram test results and it's benign. Beautiful. Katherine looks good. I'm glad she's cancer-free too. Yes. Me too. Yes, me too. I feel the same way, Brooklyn. Good for her. Now, Meghan Markle, what's funny with her, she says, I guess she's not in the trying to convince people to like her. She's not in the people-pleasing game. Let's get another picture of her. Okay, here we go. Let's look at this picture of Meghan Markle. She says she's not in the people-pleasing game, that she's done with it, and she's free now. Do you believe that, guys? Do you really believe that she is free of that? I cry foul ball on that, Meghan. I'm sorry. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying any of it, because here's a couple of things that I thought Meghan dropped the ball on. And we're going to put up her picture with all the tears. All the fake tears. Because remember, she can do one tear left eye, go. Remember? So those tears don't mean anything. And we know she did that because she wanted to overshadow William and Katherine's anniversary. And she really thinks that she can. That's what's sad about it. So that's Meghan Markle and all her weaponized tears. That's all her tears. But here, Meghan, everything Meghan does is in efforts to market herself. She's trying to sell herself. I told y'all, she's throwing everything at the wall. Remember the hamster wheel? She going. She's hoping something will stick. And here's the thing, and I have to, when I do commentary on Meghan Markle, I have to check myself too, because I don't want to be palling on this girl. But I find her behavior and the way she treats people, it's really hard not to highlight that, because you can see behind, I see the man, I see the person, but the creature behind the mask. Or why don't I be more compassionate? I see the person behind the mask, and that individual is not a very nice person. That's true. That's what I see. And if she truly, now she's using the HRH title, which she does it for attention. if she was truly a person that was a stand-up and quality woman that was independent, and she's a founder, and she's got a lot of confidence and grit and ambition, and she's ethical, she would have led with her own name, Markle, the name her father gave her, the name she was born with. If she really wanted to show the royal family how smart she is, and how resilient she is, and how tough she is, and how, I mean, then she would have led with her name. She would have left that title with Harry. She would have kept the name her father gave her, and she would have started on her own without any of the royal baggage that comes with it, or the titles. But because she's a petty thief, she was like, no, she had to run away with it. She couldn't help herself. And, you know, and that is a poison for her. That's a poison chalice for her, because she will make a couple of dollars, but she will never make where she wants. She wants to be a billionaire. Now, she sits in this interview, and this girl, why are they're not wearing makeup? I guess what? Because they have to have the effect now. They want us to say, oh, Meghan doesn't have makeup. And then the girl, who I guess she sells cosmetics too, she doesn't wear makeup. And it's like, oh, Meghan, you suffer. You suffer. Meghan, you're not suffering. All you're doing is preaching to the choir. This girl is just parroting what you want her to. Maybe she's a friend. We're not buying it. We're never going to buy it, Meghan. Stop. And no one in her circle is telling her that. That's the problem. She is a psychopath. But another thing is, she doesn't have anyone in her circle telling her the truth. Because I think what happens is she pissed people off so much, they say, fuck it. You keep going on that Ferris wheel. Keep going, Meghan, keep going. And that's what she's going to keep doing. And we get to report on it. This is a fascinating example of someone who has a mental disorder, and it's playing out right in front of our faces. I really do believe that. I'm not trying to pile on her. I think this is a girl that's really got some problems, and she stumbled upon Prince Harry, who is, I think he is special needs, and I think he needs to go back home, but he's not, because he's got 2 kids with this girl, and he's scared too, but he doesn't want to lose, but he's going to eventually have to go anyways, because she's not gonna live below her means to preserve the money they got. And she's going to continue to try to make more. And that reserve is going down, down, down. They're going to run out of money. And then he'll be left with no choice. Because once they have to slum it in a $5 million house, which I would love to live in a $1 million house. But these are, Prince Harry is used to castles and maids. And Meghan Markle grew up humble, just lower middle class. She grew up, but she can slum it into 5 million. Harry ain't. That's when she's going to lose Harry. Harry's not going to do it. But anyways, Meghan Markle with the tears. So now what? Okay, so I guess Harry gave her a letter, something, and the girl gives her the letter, and she's reading this private letter and bursts into tears. And it's like, oh, now we should feel sorry for Meghan now. We should really look at her and say, oh, poor Meghan. Oh, you know what? I feel so bad for her. I'm going to go to Ask Ever and purchase some of those cheap ass clothes that she marked up. Oh, wait a minute. I think I will watch With Love Meghan, because she's so likable and relatable that I really connect with her. That's not going to happen, Meghan. You can't fake that. You know what? It's our spirit. People can tell your spirit. People can feel it. And Meghan is delusional. She's just delusional. Let's look in the comments. Let's look at the comments. She's very delusional. Hi, Roxanne Napier. How you doing? Thanks for joining us. She won't stop until they take her titles. Yeah, they're going to have to. She's like a rabid dog. And I don't mean it as how rat dogs with rabies, you got to put them down. That's how she is. And that's a bad analogy, because I'm not trying to be mean. There are some people you're not going to reason with. And Queen Elizabeth told them that you can't use the titles. Meghan don't give a shit what the Queen thinks. Meghan don't give a shit what Harry thinks, and she certainly don't give a shit what King Charles thinks or William. They're going to have to rip the titles, and then she would love it. She's kind of like a pig in a pig pen. You know how they be like, that pig be in that mud, y'all. Ooh, that pig be in that mud. You ever watch pigs in a pig pen? Meghan would love to be in a fight with the royal family and all that, but they are avoiding it because they can right now. But when William becomes king and Meghan Markle, as she continues on this hamster wheel, these ideas, because every week you turn around, she's trying to pop up, because Ari Emanuel told her that good publicity and bad publicity is publicity. So she's going to make sure every week she's going to appear on somebody's podcast, on some magazine, on some, it's going to be some scheme. Next thing you know, she'll be joining. She didn't join that Blue Origin space launch because she was not willing to give up that $1 million. She don't have the money to. That's why. Otherwise, she would have grinned. She would have, but they may not have invited her because she is toxic. So she can only, at this level is probably where she can function. This is like base level. No, this is base. And she's like right in here. She's not so low grade, but she's like right in here. Here's the elite up here. So Meghan is just going to swill around here, and she's going to run on that hamster wheel, going. She's going to throw everything she can at the wall, see which one works. And all while she's losing that money. It's giving the royal family time for William to step in. And William is don't avoid the inevitable, guys. Take the title. Because she thinks that you guys don't want to fight with her. She thinks that. Now she's bringing out the kids. You know why she's bringing out the kids? She's bringing out the kids because she's not making any money. Children softens her image. And having her daughter, the back of her daughter's head, remember on Instagram, with the pretty red hair, that softens the picture, but it still doesn't encourage me to go and buy anything Meghan's selling. All we're going to do is say, oh, what a cute little kid. That's why I say game over. Once your mask falls and people have already seen the creature behind the mask, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. So what does she do next? She's gonna bring the kids out. She's gonna try to monetize them kids. And because she's going to get desperate, and the more and more desperate she's become, the more and more you're going to see the kids. And then after a while, she's going to see those kids are not moving products for her either. Netflix store, they're going to put her stuff in the store, and then you're going to see nothing selling. And then we're going to see the With Love Meghan, the top part 2, the ones they've already filmed, but she claims it's a second season. We're going to see that. And then that's in the fall. And then what other? And then she's going to keep trying to sell stuff and then trying to see what works. And we're going to be watching. Now, as yesterday, if you guys saw my video, I put up what Rotten Tomatoes, we put to see how her With Love Meghan show really did. And only 33% of the people gave it a positive review. 40% of critics gave it a positive review. So 60% did not. You cannot rely on Netflix to tell you the truth because she is in cahoots with Ted Sarandos, the head of Netflix, his wife. His best friends with Big O and her wife, Gail. And they even got poor Gwyneth Paltrow to take one for the team and include Meghan Markle in that video. And remember, I showed you Gwyneth Paltrow is very close with Ted Sarandos and the family. She was there with the matron, the father who wife would die, and they were elderly. He ends up passing away too. So we're going to continue to watch. And then Spotify and Apple, the Spotify and the Apple iTunes, the podcast rankings, she's not even in the top 100 now. So we're seeing the reality, but you got to Hollywood too. They will smoke and mirrors, baby. Smoke and mirrors. So they're not going to fool me. And they're not fooling us but they don't give a damn what we think. They've already decided they're going to put money behind her and they're going to keep doing it. But as far as I'm concerned, it's money wasted. So I'm enjoying it. Keep on. She was so fake on the interview. Yes, she was, Roxanne. She was just, you know why she's so fake? Is because she's a psychopath. And psychopath, they don't, it's a brain disorder. They don't have, they lack empathy. So they learn human behavior and reactions by mirroring other people. That's how they learn, because they don't have it naturally in themselves. So with her, that's why it seemed like she overreacts. And then she keeps saying, I love my children. I love my children. I love my children. I'm like, bitch, you're not a unicorn. You are not the first woman to bear children. We all love our children, girl. We all love our husbands and boyfriends and lovers and family. You are not a unicorn. But she don't have real feelings. It's just she just be saying stuff like, and then she thinks she's putting on this. She's cosplaying even as a real person that cares. Because that's not really what's behind that mask. Really, y'all, that's not. Watch her. And watch her behavior always tend to be a little bit off. That's because she's pretending. It's not real. It's not real. Like, I come here and sit and talk to you guys. If I'm sitting talking to you guys, whether it's 2 people or 2,000 people, once that camera goes on, I have to be honest about who I am. I got to talk to you, have a conversation. If I come off as phony, unreal, you're going to pick up on it. You know why? Because it comes from the spirit. It comes from our essence. It really does. And she's been given every opportunity in the world. Think about it. She not only married a prince, she had the royal family's backing. She had Big O and her machine behind her, Tyler Perry and his machine behind her, Ari Emanuel and his machine behind her, Netflix and their machine behind her, Ted Sarandos and his family behind her. Spotify tried to give her a chance and dumped her. Now she's at Limonada. She got all of these machines pushing her, and none of it is convincing us. We're not buying into shit she's selling. You know why we're not buying? Because we don't want to. She's not real. She's not a nice person. I mean, you can go down the list. So part of what I love about it, 2 things. I told you guys that Meghan Markle shine a big light on how the Hollywood machine works. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's not real. Politics too. Politicians are involved too. Because remember when Gavin Newsom came out and spoke about Meghan Markle and Harry losing their nonprofit status in California? Why would he come out? The girl had every machine in the world. If it was someone, a different person, a completely different person that had a lot better qualities, they would have catapulted. She didn't. You cannot do what she did. She is not a nice person. And what she did to the royal family, she blew her foot off. She did that to herself. Roxana says King Charles needs to grow some balls. Why would he want Prince William to handle it? I agree. I couldn't be there because I'd be like, bitch, you or Harry can't lose a title. You're not using my titles. No. And you can call me racist. You can say whatever the hell you want. So what? I would pull them titles, and each and every time I see her use it, I would sue her ass. That's what you got to do. But the problem, I can't wait to see how this ends up, because I'm like, will this work in the long run? She's got every machine working behind her, but she is not marketable. And you see how they keep doing it? Why? That's because they're all part of this little cabal, this little system, this little world. They decide you can be the one that we're going to really level you up. We're going to help prop you up. And this is what you're going to be to the world. And they can, she's a commodity to them. They can make, and we're not buying it, and they're not giving a damn. They keep doing it. So it's going to be interesting to watch how this plays out. Keep watching her. Her same script. What is her script? I love my life. I love my beautiful children. I love my husband. And it's like, girl, y'all been married 7 years. You don't love your husband all the time. Shut up. And you got 2 kids. There are times, listen, but you're not watching them kids, are you? You got maids and nannies and stuff to watch them. Do you think Harry will ever wake up? I think Harry will wake up once they have to down, when they truly run out of money, because Harry don't know nothing about money. And you know Harry's special needs. Harry never had to worry about money. Never. And because the royal family, what they did, which is smart, is they cut them off. And what they got to keep doing is refusing access to them, because Harry and Meghan is waiting for the opportunity to reestablish that access so they can do a round 2, y'all. They're going to then do a round 2 and she's going to say they racist again. But it's going to be hard for her to sell racism when she got 2 whole redheaded kids. Because remember, she never identified as black. Let's keep it real. She didn't even like black people. I have not seen her with one black person since she came to Hollywood. Serena Williams is her friend because Serena Williams is one of the best. She is the best female tennis player of all times. One of the best. Otherwise, Meghan wouldn't be bothered. But where are Meghan's black friends? Keep it real. Where's her black friends from grade school, middle school, high school, college? Never identified with black, never wanted anything to do with black people. All of a sudden, Tyler Perry's Lil Bit's godfather. Yeah, okay. And Oprah, Tyler Perry, and Gail and all of them hugging up on this girl and embracing her when she didn't even. And Oprah, I don't even want to hear what Oprah got to say. But we already know about Oprah and Gail, because remember, Gayle King was chastising us because we didn't blow up their asses and celebrate them for that all women's space trip that they did. And we all looked at them like they were damn fools. It's like, so what? Okay, so you went up to the sky for 10 minutes and came back down, all in 10, 11 minutes. So what? Gayle King gets on TV and say that we need to practice our due diligence. And if it was a man, they will call it a flight. Oh, now we're sexist now. I mean, Gail, they are out of touch, rich people, and they are in their own little bubbles, and they don't give a damn about what we think. I'm telling you guys. I think the royal family should use Prince Andrew and say he slept in New Meghan. Hey, Prince Andrews, yeah, he should come out and tell the truth, Andrew. Do you believe she has a sex tape? Yeah, of course she does. Yeah. Of course I think she does. Because remember, where'd the mother go for 10 years? How come nobody's talking about that? And you going to tell me they don't know about her little tape? I think that Meghan Markle, eventually, we are going to hear a lot more about Miss Meghan Markle. I think we are. So we shall see. But trying to compare her, like when I look at Meghan Markle, okay, let me show you. Y'all look at her face. Come on now. Look at that. Pathetic, right? Pathetic. Okay. Now when I look at this, let's put this up. Miss Pathetic verse. Look at that. Look at that. Come on now. I like to see the one with her family better, though. I want to see her with her family more than dressed up. Let me pull up her and her family, because that's not the best. Oh, that wedding. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. I want to see her and her family, though, because that's the one. This is adorable. Now, look at these two. Look at him. And he will be king, and she will be queen. But I like the one with their children. That's my favorite one. This one right here. That is my absolutely favorite. That is my absolute. Let's make it bigger. Now, this one, when you look at that, you don't see pathetic. You just see a family that's smiling together. She's recovering from cancer, hugging on her kids, and he's hugging on his wife and his children. And then you got Miss Pathetic. Miss Pathetic, she's She's, any way to get attention, I guess. I think the royal family should use Prince Andrew and say he's slipping. Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, she would. That is terrible. That is terrible. I do not think that Harry, it don't seem like he's going anywhere now, but we shall see. We shall see, because only time will tell. He doesn't seem you know what I think keeping Harry there, though? I think Harry pride. He doesn't want to say that he messed up. I really do believe that. I don't think he wants to admit that he messed up. Yep, I don't. So he's delaying it. And it's like, why are you delaying the inevitable? It's a wrap. It is a wrap. What are you holding on for? So, because you're not gonna, that $100 million contract that Netflix gave them, that was a once in a lifetime deal. And Meghan is trying her hardest, her damnness to, build on that. And that money is going to just, that's scary shit too, though. That is scary, because you got to be a sound mind when you're dealing with finances on that level. And remember, she's not of sound mind either. So, all right, guys. Any more comments before I go? I wanted to get into TD Jakes and Shannon Sharp, but I'm running out of time. It's almost an hour. This has been really nice. I enjoyed chatting with you guys, as always. I hope you like the background. I'll change it up every so often. Put some of my other pictures up. You know what I did on the back? I picked up the green screen, the cloth, and then I paper clipped it one side on that bed post, the other side on that bed post, and boom. Cool, right? All right, guys, listen, I want to thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of the video in the comments. I will probably get back online tomorrow. I mean, I told you I'm freeing up time. I've got a lot of work to do, because my YouTube, my travel channel, and the true crime, I want to combine together. And then this one I want to grow. So it's like I'm starting from the beginning, you guys. So I got to start posting videos on a regular basis and rebuild, my traffic. So I hope you stay with me. If you're here, I'm here. Thanks for chatting with me. Thank you. You guys have a good night, okay? Love you. Ciao.